Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. And as you can see, this is the Transformers Masterpiece MP-44 Cybertron Commander Convoy version 3.0, but we know him as the Optimus Prime. And yes, he is a big old semi-truck, which we'll go have to put off to the side here because, well, we got to look at the box, which it is a Masterpiece box, all right. You can see it's a Convoy version 3.0 with a long life design, and hey, look, it's also very glossy, so lights are kind of wreaking havoc with it. But yeah, you can see truck and robot mode on there. You know, Japanese 35th anniversary logo. You know, all that stuff. On the top, you got Aged Lux Transformers logo and put guys in here. Side, you have very close up. You got the side of the truck. On this side, you have another shot of the robot mode, which is getting washed out. On the bottom, you have a whole bunch of Japanese, and they look at what's in the box, which there's a lot of stuff in the box, which this is why this is going to be a very long review. And on the back, you have a whole bunch of stuff about the figure, including poses and accessories and stuff about how you look. Hey, this stuff was in the show, so we're going to put it on the figure and all that stuff, and how tall he actually is, actual size right here. Yeah, so there's a lot on that box, which I can't tell because of, well, I don't read Japanese. He also comes with the instruction booklet, fairly thick booklet. There's a lot in here. Like, there's genuinely a lot of stuff to go through on this booklet. And they cover a lot of things. And there's also a little back here thing about the making of, which is pretty neat. The initial prototype and final, and sketches and all that stuff. And some really nice artwork on the front too, which is also same artwork as on the little collector's card, which is still doing glossy little collector's card. It's nice artwork and tech specs on the back, and some, I'm guessing that's a bio because, well, I'm just guessing. I'm assuming that's what it is, but yeah. Anyway, there's extra stuff right there. And yes, this is MP-44 is a full truck mode right here. You can see, yeah, it is a very much, the design is supposed to be a G1 cartoon accurate truck-ish, although realistic truck as well. As you can see, yes, it does roll. Rolls very well. Yeah, it's also a bit of a, it's very large. And you can see that it rolls pretty well. It can turn right there, about that far before it hits a stop. Also nice bits of chrome on the grill, the headlights, the bumper. The bumper also has nice little orange bits in there. This is chromed wheels. Nice smooth paint on here, gray, light gray and dark gray, Autobot symbol, and a little bit of blue and whatnot back here as well. Yeah, there's a lot there. Let's see. Should I? Right. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay, so just to focus on the truck real quick as well. Yeah, you can see, yeah, it's the truck mode. Again, they're trying to do more realistic vehicle modes all the time. They're trying to make it more and more realistic and still transform to a cartoon accurate robot. And yeah, there's kind of this mess in the back. You can see that. However, I know a lot of people really don't like the messy back, but it's actually a lot closer to a real truck than any other Masterpiece Optimus has ever been, because, well, semi-trucks have messy back ends. It's, if you look at it, it's like a mess of metal and wires and cables and stuff. So that's, while it's not still technically not accurate, it's still a lot closer than a lot of them. So I don't mind it. In fact, I think I prefer it just because, again, it's closer to the real thing. Which then, you can also see there's some paint scrapage here. That stuff's mostly hidden away in the robot motor and stuff, but it is there. There is going to be paint transfer, just the nature of the beast when you have a whole bunch of paint. But yeah, there are a couple little things on this truck mode. Namely these things. They're supposed to clip in like this. I can't seem to get mine to do so. I know some people have. You can see that's kind of lined up, but the second I try to line up the other side, that one will pop out of alignment. And I don't know what the issue is. Multiple people, you know, make sure the trucks are fully tabbed in and stuff. Make sure, you know, there's little plastics to shave off there. It just, no matter what I do, I've done all the fixes people suggest. None of them work on mine. I don't know what it is. I don't know if something's wrong or off or what, but that's just, Mine's slightly off, just a little tiny bit off. Not to the point where it's like too bad, but at least on one side. But yeah, I can, unfortunately. Yeah, you can see that one sits a little crooked. I suspect that one I might need to shave some more plastic off, but I tried the fixes and none of them seem to work at this point. So I don't know. It might be just I didn't shave enough plastic off. But anyway, beyond that though, it's a good truck mode. I know it doesn't have the gray stripe or silver stripe or whatever, but it's one of those weird things where the G1 cartoon wasn't really consistent about that. So, comparisons, just real quick. Actually, here's the MP. Oh, this is not MP1. This is actually the Hasbro 20th Anniversary Prime, but same mold, except for the smokestacks, but and battle. Yeah, you can see size difference, and it's kind of come a long way in 15 years. Yeah, this thing's 15 years old now. Let that sink in for a moment. Yeah, 15 years, and things have kind of come a long way, masterpiece-wise. That's one. And MP10, you can see, here's where they, more or less are the same size, but you can see different truck models. This is an accurate truck model, but you can see it's a bit of a different one than they went with here. But still, very different. You can also see the back, how much taller this one is. It's a good chunk taller. So this one's actually more accurate, especially since you don't just see a robot waist just hanging out in the back. Final one, here's TE01B, just because I don't have TE01. You can see, yeah, again, pretty similar size. Slightly different truck models, but kind of closer together in, I guess, kind of closer to being the same truck model than with this and MP10. You also see MP10, yeah, this guy also flattens out the back end a bit, but he's got the smoother back end, which most some prefer, but this is technically closer to accurate. Those are the, I guess, previous Optimus or possible Optimus, depending. Yeah, it's a good truck, that's for sure. I think I like it. Like it quite a bit. Also, you got the silver and yellow and red back here for the taillights and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and we're not going to put the truck on the side because we're going to talk about the trailer. Because again, trailer's got a lot of stuff going on too. Okay, first things first is actually, well, if you don't have Optimus, you got these little things down here you can pull out and now it can stand on its own. Hooray for that. Another thing you can actually do, one of the accessories, and I'm going to go over the accessories slowly as they're necessary. I'm not going to do them all now. I'm going to do, some of them are going to show up to robot mode, so just be patient. So that's this backpack right here, which can actually attach to the top of this, which you just got to fold this up right here and fold that around, and a little hole right there, and you just, and now you got a rocket booster on top of a semi-trailer. You could also, of course, fold these out if you want, or extra stability, or for the trailer mode, or the base mode. But there's that. In the back here, you see this opens. There's also this really cool. Is this rear bumper slides out, which this rear bumper also has a nice little jeweled taillight, so that's something. This rear bumper slides out, and it actually holds several of the accessories. Not all of them, unfortunately, but several of them are held in place here. You can see, refocus a bit. You can see he's got his axe, 2 blast effects, a little broken abdomen piece, and 2 separate new heads. And they have to go in a specific order, and the reverse order to pull them out is, well, reverse this order to put them in, but this goes in last, the axe, then you got to put in or before that you put in the busted up abdomen piece, and then that's the blast effects, which are nice. And these heads, it doesn't really matter what order you put the heads in, just, I know the movie one is a little, on mine at least, is very tight. This one comes out pretty easily, but the movie one doesn't like to come out. Bit of a pain, which I'll do that one off. I'll pull that one off on camera when I show it off, but yeah, that one's just a bit of a pain to get off. It's a little thing. I don't know what it is, but the movie one seems to be a bit of a pain there. Another cool thing is these blast effects, you can plug them into this simple peg and hole. You can plug them into the backpack if you want. They're actually pretty secure, so there's that. Get back to the backpack later in robot mode. gonna go ahead and pull this off to the side. This stuff off to the side. Man, you can just slide this back in. It's just rails on the rail system. You can also see, hey, it opens up. There's Roller and the drone guy. I'm gonna actually bring this up a little bit. There we go. I think it's a better angle for this. Yep. Roller, the anti-aircraft gun guy. And what's cool also is, hey, once again, the ramp. So, you know, Roller can unplug from here and unplug from there. And just roll down that ramp. You can also, hey, well, you know, Masterpiece cars, well, they can roll up, but, you know, like Sideswipe car. I think the only one who's going to be able to actually roll up the ramp is Hound in the end. Because, well, he's the only one who's got the wheel clearance. Because technically, yeah, they'll fit, so you can clear your Masterpiece car in the back bit. Yeah, it's kind of, it's still a little too low, but you can do that. Because it should fit properly. Yeah, you can see, yeah, it's the base mode, which is neat. That it, you know, still does the thing. One of those weird things where it's like, it never used in the cartoon, but we always expect it just because, well, why wouldn't we? You know? Yeah, there's a lot, you know, a lot going on here in the base mode. The Roller, pretty neat. Little gray Roller. Default's like this, but you can have that flipped up for the storage capability. Plastic wheels, nice little bit of rims, little siren light thing. Yeah, all the cool accessories here. But also, hey, look, there's little tiny figures, and her arm just popped off. That's one of the problems. I'll talk to that. Yeah, these little minifigs of Spike, Carly, and Sparkplug. Little tiny dudes. And by the way, yeah, you can open in there too. The problem is they got posability, but the ball joints are so tiny, it's really easy for like limbs to pop off. And a lot of people have reported theirs breaking or just shearing off for various reasons. So be really careful with these. Be really, really careful. Yeah. So, Carly here, you can, yeah, it's pretty much all the same articulation of ball jointed shoulders, which again, really careful. They pop off really easily. I believe there's a ball jointed head. Yeah, at least yeah, it's a ball jointed head. But be very careful. There's a little ball jointed abdomen thing, so they can, you know, lean forward. And the hips can move forward and back a little outward. Again, ball joints, be careful. And the knees can do that. Yeah, I've heard people basically they shear off because I think it's partially the problem is I noticed this. I think the paint's a little stuck on these. And then the paint can get stuck, so it's a whoops. Yeah, there's these tiny little things. Really tiny. And you also got Spike and Sparkplug. They all have the same articulation. They all can do, you know, sit in the same seats and everything. Another cool thing is, well, that's not the cool thing. That's going to be a problem. The other cool thing is if you look on the bottom, there's little metal dots here because those are magnets. Because there's little strips here, these little dark gray strips all over the trailer. Those have a little bit of metal, and so that's a magnet. So you can actually pose them, and they won't fall over because of the magnet. So it's yeah, you have to do a lot of force. But yeah, there's magnets there. So yeah, you can do that. That's just like the old Diaclone toys, I believe. That's pretty neat. You know, it kind of sucks they'll fall apart really easily because the really tiny ball joints, but they're kind of neat that they're there. Apparently also in a very different scale compared to the other guys. You also see the gun stored here. There's a little slot for it. You have to put it in the forward slot or else it'll get in the way when you try to fold it all up. So just be careful of that. Yeah, this is a gun. Here's a gun, which can also fold up like this. And there's a little rail here. There's a little slot here for a rail, which is on the cab right here. And if you want, you can also, yeah, you can slide it on like so. So you can store it right there if you want. So that's an option. That's a thing. Yeah, you guys, you saw also there's the little gas can thing, which, you know, can peg into roller here. When you fold this around, there's 3 slots. The gas cans can plug into the side slots. Both of them can. It's the same sort of slot system. So, yep, if you really want, you can peg them both on like that. You can also, because they're connected to the rubber hose. There's also a peg here, which can, I'm trying to remember what that peg's for. It's peg into something. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, there's also this tab right here, which goes into the slot right here, or this slot, either one. I'll keep them together if you want. I believe this peg is so something can hold it. I'm gonna drive myself crazy with that because someone's gonna scream at me about it, I think. Yeah, there's also this guy, which you can do his usual thing. Let me get this out of the way. You can do his usual thing, you know. Extend. Very stiff ratchets. You move this up. It's got this little claw arm. No, it's a little claw arm. Extend that up. Which, you know, it's got the articulation that the old toy did with the claw and everything. You got the little radar dish, which can go up, and back here's the little dial. If you spin the dial around, you can spin the radar dish. There's also these. You slide these out. Yep, guns, which these are also compatible with the blast effects if you want. Although I gotta be careful with these. Yep, they're compatible with the blast effects. Yeah, there's a lot there going on there. But there's also the other thing, which is, yeah, this center slot, you can plug it into roller. Only thing is, yeah, you can see that roller. Plug in the roller, roller can technically tow it over. Yeah, it makes roller pop up a bit because the weight, but you can do it. Oh yeah, the other thing about roller I forgot is that can open. So hey, look, you can make it look like they're, you know, tinkering with the engine or whatever. A roller, just, woo. That's a thing. There's still more to talk about with this trailer. This part right here, this blue part right here can actually slide out. You slide it out and up, and hey, look, or there's these things, which, you know, come separate in the box. But yeah, there are these things, which are rails, which then you can fold up these rail bits, and fold up the wheels and collapse them up. And hey, look, you got a car thing. Now, I'll also say, on mine, these, if you notice, there's some markings here. Yeah, that's because my tab, something was up to the tab. Like, there was like excess paint, so I had to shave them down. And even then, it's still kind of finicky. You can see that, yeah, it's if you hold it down for a bit and kind of massage it in place, it will kind of hold sometimes. But yeah, mine's a little iffy. I still need to shave down one of the tabs, but it's kind of difficult to do so because of the placement. Yeah, you can, you know, just have it, you know, like this, ready to go. Rolling around. You can roll them around. You got that. There's also this little thing right down here, which, if you pop that out, little thing here, which you can then tab right here on roller. And now roller can tow this around. That's pretty neat. The other thing you can do, which will also come in handy in robot mode as well, which is if you move this down, this unlocks this, so you can just pull this off, this piece. This can actually become a flight stand, believe it or not. But this part right here, you can pull that off, and then this little black piece, you can pull that out, and this will also slot into roller. And now you got, yeah, this whole thing going on, whatever this is. So yeah, there's lots of options here. And again, still not done. There's a lot more. If you lock this in and re-tab this stuff, and just really simple, just you see it's the big slots and little slots because it's a rail system. You just put it in the and then slide it forward. That. Make sure when you do so, also there's little railings down here. Make sure it actually goes in those railings, like that. I'm gonna reattach this because there's a little thing that, you know, the other stuff which you can do, which is that. Also other stuff in this trailer, like this bit right here. Fold those down. You fold those down and and close that up, and hey, look. Now you can have this sticking out. You have it sticking out way up, like that. You can have it sticking way out. You can have it sticking out a little bit. I believe that's the proper configuration for that. I think it's, yeah. Yeah, you can have it like this, or like that. So there's that. You can also open these bits. These ones go outward. And then you can just, well, do this. Yeah, it can stick out like that. I believe there's a way to get it to stick out only a little bit, but I can't remember the exact configuration. There's, yeah, like I said, there's a lot to hear going on here. Yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot to cover on this guy here. And also you have to fold this up properly, else the truck will not close properly. Yeah, make sure it looks like that. That this joint looks like that when you close it up. That way it's nice down there and doesn't, you know, interfere with the closing of the trailer. At least not too much. There's more to the trailer, which, of course, there's the stand it up. There's a whole stand it up thing. Bring these down. Which, yeah, I know they can. The little guys can sit in these things too. You can pull these down, and now it's the repair bay mode. No, it's the repair bay mode, and yes, there's also little magnetic strips on these as well. So once again, they can. Yep, repair bay mode's there. Yep, that's the repair bay mode, and that means that's pretty much the trailer done. Lot there. There's a lot of accessories. This is part of the reason why the price is so high. Well, part of it anyway.